Martinsville Speedway in Virginia was built in 1947. The NASCAR Winston Cup Series first came here in 1956. More than 90,000 fans will be here today as the championship countdown continues.
Kenseth will win. An exciting finish here today.
Since March, championship leader Matt Kenseth has been impossible to catch. Today, he brings his big lead to Martinsville.
Oh, let me go spin. There's Junior.
Clear. Keep rolling. No caution. No caution. Don't slow down.
But racing here is no small challenge. Heading into today's race, Matt Kenseth leads by 267 points with 5 races remaining. From second place Kevin Harvick to 6th place Gordon, it's just 140 points. Tony has climbed to 7th in the standings. The Labonte brothers dropped a spot. And 10th place Kurt Busch has 5 drivers right behind him within 157 points.
And now, to give the command, honorary Grand Marshals David Lambo and Jennifer Huntley.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
And now a look at the starting lineup for today's Subway 500. Gordon with Ward Burton alongside of the front row. Ward in his final start for Bill Davis Racing. He moves on to the 0 car next week at Atlanta, and Scott Wimmer takes over that 22.
Back in row 2, Junior on the inside, who says he has a very good race car. Kenny Wallace looking to have a great finish at Martinsville.
One of his best tracks here at Martinsville for Kenny. Kevin Harvick on a lot of people's lips this morning in the garage as the man to beat today.
I would agree with those folks.
And Rusty Wallace, how can you argue with his record here at Martinsville? 6 times a Martinsville winner. Sterling Marlin in his 600th NASCAR Winston Cup Series start today. And Jeff Green, the Petty 43, been to victory lane so many times here at Martinsville. Will he get another one for that team today?
Ricky Rudd, his team from nearby Stewart, Virginia, just about 40 miles away. And the Wood Boys' son won yesterday here in the truck race, so looking for good things.
There's your championship leader, Matt Kenseth, along with Kurt Busch, the defending champion of this race, back in row number 7. Last week's winner, Tony Stewart, going to come from row number 8, along with Michael Waltrip. Ken Schrader, top 10 finish here back in April in the season's first race at Martinsville. See if he can have similar success today. Craig Biffle hoping to make out better today here in Martinsville than he did in the NASCAR Busch Series race in Memphis yesterday when he got taken out in a wreck in the opening laps of the race.
Mark Martin, Kevin LePage back in row 12. Mark usually runs very well at this racetrack.
Two-time winner here. Jimmy Johnson, row 13. Dave Blaney, new crew chief calling the shots there this week. And Bill Elliott.
And you saw Ricky Craven's victory here just a couple of years ago, and Bill, good race car.
Johnny Benson finished second to Kurt Busch 1 year ago in this race. Talked with him this morning. Feels like he's got a very good car today. Has some potential for a good contending finish. Jason Leffler, his final ride in the 0 car. That's the one Ward Burton takes over next week. Todd Bodine in a backup car after a crash. He'll go to the end of the field on the pace laps. And now you see the provisional starters today. We talked with Robbie Gordon earlier.
And his car was not that bad in all the practices. The only time he ran a bad lap was during qualifying.
Steve Park, Derek Cope, and the final starter in the field, Hermie Sadler. Well, Jeff Gordon told us you just don't know what's going to happen in a race here. It'll be fun watching to find out. Ward Burton second, side by side for third. Dale Jr. inside of Kenny Wallace.
Kenny's holding tough up there, BP.
He is.
It's like he may take the spot.
And Junior talked about his car is not that good on the first few laps of a tire change. He expects it to be much better on a long run.
Kevin Harvick creeping in behind them. So that's third, fourth, and fifth. Jimmy Spencer in the 6th position in the light blue 7 car from Harvick's view.
Oh!
And just that little slip on Earnhardt's part was just enough for Kenny Wallace to get in front and make the pass clean.
Now, because of the changes Benny talked about to the bottom lane of this racetrack, you see these guys running up off that bottom. That makes that inside lane so tempting.
Oh, yeah. That's when you see that big gap, that hole, you go, oh, man, it's all mine. But it's also when you're coming off the corner on the low side and you got a car on the outside of you, it's very difficult because you need all that racetrack to keep your momentum. So it's hard to stay underneath that car going down the straightaway when you pull up off the corner side by side.
See that yellow curb on the bottom of the racetrack? When you get down like Kevin Harvick, that 29 car was down there. Sometimes the car on the outside, you hit that curb and it throws you up in that car on the outside. We'll see that before the day's over.
Yeah.
And usually starts about a 4-car wreck.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
Spencer was 4th at the time. Who's in the smoke and who got bent up?
And Rusty's blocked. He just got passed by about 8 guys because he couldn't go anywhere.
Hey, he's got a right front fender torn up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So caution is out for the first time at lap 54. Jimmy Spencer running 4th at the time. You try and get under Todd Bodine there.
Looks like he was and did not want to make contact. And
Yes. Backed up.
I guess Rusty got him in the smoke, maybe.
yeah, I guess he did.
Trying to get on the gas again. Stops.
That's where it's broken there.
Watch for Kurt Busch's car. Stop. I mean, you have to literally stop because you can't see anything.
I mean,
obviously.
I mean, folks, that's exactly what you saw is exactly what Kurt Busch saw. Nothing but smoke.
Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Dale Jr., Ward Burton, Kenny Wallace, the top 5 coming in.
To make it better on pit road and safer, he needed to put about 15 more cars a lap down. But so far, we're going to have about 32 cars on this very tight pit road. Matt.
And Tony Stewart's team waiting for him to hit his pit stall. He's going to stop a little short, so he'll have an easier exit around Jason left with the car. A little free in the center in 3 and 4, and a little free on exit. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment as Jeff Gooch Patterson also makes a wedge adjustment, Bill.
Kevin Harvick wants more forward bite, so it's a slight track bar adjustment. 4 tires and fuel. He's on his way, Marty.
Jeff Gordon going for the season sweep at Martinsville. Bill, a little bit loose off the corner. He radioed 5 laps to go. Down a half pound, both rear tires for more forward bite, and he wins the race off by a bunch, Dave.
Pretty pit stop for Matt Kenseth. The car was loose in, tight in the middle, loose off. They lowered the air pressure on the left sides, lowered the track bar. A nice thing was that the car in front of him was a lap down, did not pit. Therefore, he had a nice smooth exit.
So Jeff Gordon leads on and off pit road. He's out in front and just past 55 laps in the Subway 500 at Martinsville.
Wow, look at that start Gordon got.
Man.
He cleared that cars a lap down, which is really important.
Jeff Gordon leads, Dale Earnhardt Jr. second, Kevin Harvick third, Sterling Marlin, right side tires only on his pit stop, up to 4th. Dale Jarrett going around in turn 2.
Oh, and he gets lapped by the leader before he gets the car going again.
Let's see. Contact there.
Yeah.
Derek Cope in the 37. All right, Dave, you're first.
Matt Kenseth said, we're definitely better on this run once the tire pressures came up. Therefore, 4 tires and no changes to the chassis on the 17 car. Matt?
Tony Stewart hits his pit box, enters pit road in the 7th position. Still needs a little more help, though, on the forward bite, but the center has come around, Bill. Air pressure adjustment for Tony.
Kevin Harvick can't get off the turns the way he wants. They're going to make a front tire air pressure adjustment, 4 tires and fuel. Morning.
Jeff Gordon's led every lap, and he wins the race off pit road by a 2-tire stop, Bill. So the car's really good. I need a little bit more drive off, but I'm afraid to make big changes, so let's not do anything to it now.
Now we're going to have a championship battle here in just a second for the lead of this race. Cars did not stop. Cars changed 2 tires.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, Bonnie, on the point.
Here we go with the list. Cars that did not pit. Terry Labonte, Bill Elliott, Jeff Burton, Sterling Marlin, Jason Leffler. Those are the first 5 in the running order. Guys that got 2 tires include Ken Schrader, Kurt Busch, Bobby Labonte, Brian Newman, Rusty Wallace, and Greg Biffle. Scattered throughout the top 17 or 18.
Didn't Jeff Gordon just change too?
Jeff Gordon was first off pit road. Did not catch that report for pit road. We'll follow up there, VP.
I think
2
he
tires
changed
on the 24, okay. I didn't write him down. I will now.
Ooh, looky here.
Casey Mears, that 41 car, trying to get up and get in front of the leader. He don't want to be a lucky dog.
Yeah.
He wants to be faster than the leader.
He did it.
Boy, Casey. Now, meanwhile, Bill Elliott, the 9 car, is going to battle for the lead.
Yep. So Casey Mears now last on the lead lap in 36th place.
They talked in the garage area over the weekend that it seemed like that the tires ran a good speed for a long time, don't they, Dave?
Yeah, Terry Labonte has only pitted 1 time. He pitted on lap 55, no changes to the car. It handled so good in traffic. I asked Jim Long, how's it handle out front? He said, even better. Terry's never won here, but he's finished second 3 times. This would be a nice trophy.
So Terry continuing to be out in front. Guys that stopped under this caution, I mentioned Bill Elliott came in. Matt Kenseth also stopped. Mike Skinner, Casey Mears, Jimmy Johnson, Rusty Wallace, and Jamie McMurray.
My guess is that Matt Kenseth in the 17 car tried to stop to avoid that accident and stopped so suddenly that he put some flat spots on those tires because you don't have to slide these tires very much to put them flat slide on them.
One car might have a left rear flat.
It's like both left side tires are flat.
John Andretti creeping down onto pit road. You can see the left rear is down, and he's going to stop back there in the turn 3 end of that pit lane. For the race lead, Dale Jr. is all over Terry Labonte. Let's see how long it takes him to cut and go. Well, how about right now?
Yeah, not too long.
Well, I tell you, Junior was bragging about his car, and he has every right to because that 8 car is terrific today.
Junior stopped at lap 107. Terry Labonte stopped at lap 55, so
they got a lot of track position
difference between their tires.
Working for him.
And Kurt Busch now working on Terry for second. So the age on the tires starting to show up. Now, this was Jamie McMurray's pit stop a minute ago. Watch when he tries to leave. They got the air hose tangled in the car.
Oh, that's
scary. Is removing equipment from the pit box, Matt.
And Alan Betty speculated about the flat spotting of the tires. He cut down a left front when he got mixed up in that accident.
You're talking about Matt Kenseth there.
Jamie McMurray.
Oh, okay. Dave can tell us about Matt. I got it square.
Yeah, that's okay. On the 17 car, actually, Benny, he didn't mention flat spotting the tires, but what he did talk about was, boy, how many laps we've got on our tires. We better make a pit stop. He didn't realize he didn't have that many laps on the tires. So after they did that, Robbie Reiser calmed him down in the car. He said, that's all right. I've got an idea. We'll see what the idea is as time goes on.
An idea.
Yeah.
That's got to be scary.
I'll bet that has to do with staying out on another caution. Check out race for 7th and 8th. Ward Burton, 22. Jeff Gordon, 24.
Gordon has fallen back another position. Jeff Gordon goes by, and Jeff getting a lot of heat right now from Kenny Wallace and Kenny Schrader.
Dale Jr. trying to hold off Kurt Busch. Marty?
Kind of has the same thing going on Jeff Gordon has going on. He's very good off turn 4. He can't get off turn 2 as well as he would like. Wally, what we're seeing is a lot of drivers not driving the top, not driving the bottom, but in the middle, trying to get some left sides in on the stuff that's grooved in, right sides up on the smooth pavement. That's where it seems like the grip is. That's where the 8 car is working best as Kurt Busch tries to track him down.
John Andretti, flat left rear tire again.
Wow. I wonder if he's got something like a brake duct or something rubbing that tire.
I would guess that would be exactly what the deal is. Dave?
Yeah, that's what they're looking at. They said, look in the left side this time. Make sure there's nothing rubbing. They think something is.
I bet there is.
Yeah.
He runs so many hoses and brake ducts on these cars because this place is so hard on brakes that sometimes you get them a little bit too close to the tire, and the tire will rub on that and it'll just slice it.
And he was running the inside lane, so any contact with cars would have been on the right side.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So John Andretti with troubles in the Subway 500. Dale Earnhardt Jr., no troubles right now, except maybe Kurt Busch kind of pushing him for the race lead.
And 17 laps of the Subway 500 are complete, and on this short track with 43 cars that started all trying to find room to race, we're going to attempt to get you through the field before something big happens. So let's start at the front of the field with the race leader, Kurt Busch. Came here, tested, crew chief Jimmy Fennig said they had a good test, got 4 tires and fuel, and that's all on their last stop. That helped them a lot because they'd only got 2 tires on their previous stop at lap 108. Right behind him, the 29 car of Kevin Harvick, having a solid run, did not test here, has not said hardly anything on the radio, but I was reminded there are nearly 300 laps to go in this race. Just taking our time. Marty?
Bill, the third place man in the championship, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in third right now, trying to catch Kevin Harvick. A little bit tight to start this run. That's good news. They get looser the longer they run. They're very good on these long runs, Matt.
Tony Stewart has climbed up the fourth looking for a second Martinsville win. He hasn't said anything on the radio about those adjustments on that last stop to help the forward fight, Bill.
Rusty Wallace was leading on the restart, has fallen back to the 5th spot, but still the car is good. He's on older tires. Last stopped on lap 140. Winning ugly maybe for the 2. How about the 5, Dave?
It's better, Bill. No comment from Terry since he came in and took that air pressure out of the rear tires. Better grip, better car for Terry. Matt?
Remember, Jimmy Johnson stayed out on that last caution for track position, still holding steady in the top 10, currently 7th, battling a tight race car all day, a tight race car all weekend, Marty.
Jeff Burton started 21st, looking underneath. Jimmy Johnson for the 8th position, gets that position, not so quickly there. Car's coming around for Jeff. Had a rough start to the race. He says, calm down. We have a chance to win it if we stay in control. Bill?
Thank you, Marty. Right there in the 12 car, Ryan Newman started 8th, fell all the way back when he had that trouble, had to come in, get tires, get back out. Now looking inside the 99, trying to pick up positions, falls back in line. We check in on the 49.
Kenny Schrader holding steady also in the top 10. On the last stop, they took on 4 tires because the previous stop, Kenny took on 2. He didn't like that set of tires. No changes, though, on the last stop. In fact, at one point, Marty, he came on the radio and said to Beth Ann Morgenthau, the owner, if you stand up the whole race like you are going to be very tired at the end. And he rounds out the top 10 guys, Marty.
Matt, after the 19-second pit stop, Jeff Gordon restarted 16th. He's now trying to take 10th away from Ken Schrader. Says he has no forward bite right now, a little bit loose off the corners.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
The caution flag is out.
Look at 23 there. He's got a flag going into the corner right there.
You know, he's lucky he didn't back it down the fence that time.
Yeah.
Here come the leaders, Dave.
Terry Labonte, no chassis adjustments on this car, just 4 tires and fuel. They'll get him on his way. Matt?
Tony Stewart already in. A track bar adjustment, 3/4 of a round as they come around to the left side.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. actually did not come down pit road, meant to come down pit road. He was upset on the radio. Jeff Gordon, however, in front of him, car a little bit loose. They go, or tight rather. Bob Gordon round on the track bar, 4 tires for Gordon.
And Jeff Gordon is too close to the wall. They're having trouble getting the left side up. The Jagman had to pump the thing 2 or 3 times, and that just cost him all kinds of time.
We got guys who did not pit under the caution, including Kurt Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Kevin Harvick. Bill?
These guys down here are furious, the leaders, about when the pits were open and when the flag was waving. Nobody, they claim, saw that the pits were open when the leaders actually went by the first time, claiming the flag came out too late, and the guys at the back of the field saw it before they did. They are livid down here.
Oh, man.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., BP, he is absolutely livid on the radio as well. He said the flag did not come out until after he passed pit road and passed the flag. He was very upset, talking to his team at first, then just venting his frustration on the radio about the leaders did not see the flag. He said the team told him everybody else around you is upset as well. And he said, I don't blame him, I am too. Said he had 5 car lengths before the green flag came out on pit road. Not enough time to make a decision like that.
Busch, Dale Jr., and Kevin Harvick do not pit under the caution, as well as Dave Blaney. He stays out and takes over the 4th position. Then the first car off the pit lane, Tony Stewart, who rides in 5th.
Now you got 3 guys up there that have lost a lot of patience in this race.
Yes.
3 guys that are real angry.
And all of a sudden, I think that the advantage is swung heavily over to Tony Stewart.
Yes.
Because he made that pit stop. He has fresher tires than these cars. Matt?
And Benny, that's why Greg Zippinelli let spotter Mark Robertson have the authority of when pit road is open. He is the one that tells Tony, okay, come in, pit road is open. He saw the flag, told Tony to come in when running 4th. It was a great move. They got first off pit road.
Good move by Mark is right.
So now Stewart with fresher tires by about 50 laps, and these guys he's trying to chase down in front of him.
Yeah, I think Tony will be there pretty quickly.
I tell you what, it looks to me like driver 8 is a little hot right now. Just hot about life, you know?
A little aggressive behind the wheel.
A little aggressive, yeah. Taking a look, here he comes.
For the race lead. Junior led earlier for 33 laps.
I'll tell you what, that Kurt Busch driver in there. 8's coming, Marty.
I think incensed is a good word, BP. He is livid on the radio. Still upset all the way coming to the green about what happened on the racetrack. He said, we're going to get killed here because the old tires are going to go away, but I'm going to do my best to keep those guys behind me.
Probably what they need to have happen is for this thing to run green for about 50 laps and then get another caution. Because then if you get about 50 laps on the tires, then the other guys are going to want to pit.
If I was NASCAR, I probably would throw a caution flag. I'd find a piece of debris someplace to try to even this thing up.
You just let the cat out of the bag, BP.
Okay, well, that's what I would do anyway. With all this junk, there's got to be debris someplace.
But in saying that, BP...
Oh, here we go, Junior! Almost got in the back of the 97. Do what?
I was just saying, in saying that, you're taking the stance that they would feel that they made a mistake in the call, but if they don't feel they made a mistake in the call, there it is. You're out there. Bill, Kevin Harvick didn't stop there also. Same situation for him?
Exactly right, Alan. So he'd probably vote with Benny on that. But Kevin came across the radio and said it wasn't out when we went by. And he goes, I might have missed it, but I guarantee you the guys in front of me wouldn't have missed it. It was not there.
Yeah, it's unusual for 3 guys to make a mistake like that.
Pit stops underway. Tony Stewart, the first leader to hit his pit stall. Only 40 laps on his tires, but they decided to pit to continue to work on that chassis. Needs more help with the forward bite. A track bar adjustment for Tony, Bill.
Rusty Wallace is on pit road. This will be 4 tires and fuel, no changes. The big thing is getting the fuel in because the vent is banged up from contact on the track, Marty.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. loose off the longer he runs. A pound in both left tires for more forward bite. Also a half round down on the track bar. Don't tighten it up too much. 4 tires. He may win the race off pit road, Dave.
Matt Kenseth's very frustrated with his car not turning through the middle of the corner, so they pulled a spring rubber out of the left rear and hope they can live with the loose off.
Big rush off the end of the pit lane, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to come out first. Stewart, Gordon, Burton, Johnson, and Rusty Wallace. Now, why are we under caution? Top of the screen, Dave Blaney.
Hard to tell if Casey Mears in 41 got in the back of Blaney in the 77 or he just lost it going in the corner.
Back underway, Joe Nemechek is the race leader. Michael Waltrip is second. Casey Mears third. Those 3 did not stop under this caution flag. Then you get Dale Earnhardt Jr. being challenged by Jeff Gordon for a spot there in traffic. But Gordon's going to get pinned in.
This is going to get ugly.
Oh, 3 wide.
Oh,
This is going to get ugly.
Oh, he got away with it. Clunk, bang. So Gordon by Dale Earnhardt Jr. for third.
And Jeff Burton is on the inside of Tony Stewart, has him pinned in behind Casey Mears. Casey Mears is currently in the 5th position. Tony pins the Casey Mears car behind Hermie Sadler and 02 car. Junior goes by Michael Waltrip in the 15, his teammate, taking over the third position.
Stewart can do the same thing. Jeff Burton's boxed in there. They get clear of the 02 right now. Well, you got to pick your lane right, and it's something, you know. I mean, and it changes every other lap.
Trouble, turn 4. Elliott Sadler. No caution yet. Now a caution comes out.
Yeah, he doesn't have the car running there.
Yep. And the no racing back to the yellow. They'll all slow down, which will certainly make that a safer situation for Elliott Sadler. What happened to bring out caution number 10?
A little contact between the 0 car going down the backstretch. Elliott Sadler and
cut a tire, maybe?
Yeah, yes, he did.
Left rear tire flat. They don't turn real good when you get here at Martinsville to the corner with the left rear flat tire.
Back to the green.
Joe Nemechek leading, Jeff Gordon second, Dale Earnhardt Jr. third, Tony Stewart fourth, and Jeff Burton in fifth.
And here comes Gordon on the inside of Nemechek for the lead. Didn't do it that time. Probably will this time.
Only a couple of pit stops under that caution. Elliott Sadler, Mike Skinner, Dave Blaney, Jeff Green pitted. Ricky Craven, Kevin LePage as well.
There he goes.
So new leader, the 24. Jeff Gordon has led the most laps today, 107 earlier in the race. Jeff Gordon has opened up a big lead. 2.5 on Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to reestablish the dominance he showed in the opening miles of the Subway 500. Whoa. The race, and we're under caution for the 12th time. I just love when things happen between drivers in the championship and they start throwing barbs and comments at each other. Kevin Harvick somehow made note that there was a website that was allowing you the opportunity to pre-order Matt Kenseth Winston Cup champion items. And of course, again, just to clarify, the Roush Group didn't give anybody permission to do anything, but you do have to start designing those things in advance. And in fact, Roush Racing President Jeff Smith came back and said, you'd think if the 29 was in the hunt for the championship, they'd be designing those things too.
And there are eyes everywhere. People are going to find that stuff.
How about it, Bill?
You hit it right on the button. I talked to Matt about that this morning. He had no idea that stuff was being posted. It's pre-orders for retailers. It's not something you can order yourself. You don't even pay for it. If you do, you get your money back. But the thing about it is, he said, go talk to Richard Childress, who's won 6 championships, and ask him. So I went to Childress at the driver's meeting. He goes, you have to order that stuff long in advance so you have the opportunity to prepare it, get it out to retailers, and have your merchandise ready for the banquet in New York. So it was Kevin Harvick's car owner, Richard Childress, who said, yeah, you kind of have to do that.
But isn't it fun?
It's outstanding.
Tell you what, Junior is in jeopardy of losing this second spot. Jimmy Johnson's 48 car is fast.
Yeah. Jeff Gordon leads, Dale Jr. second, Jimmy Johnson third, Tony Stewart fourth, Ryan Newman is fifth. 23 cars on the lead lap. Very, very few of them pitted under that last caution. Mostly guys toward the back end of the lead lap group. Mark Martin stopped, Ricky Craven, Casey Mears, Joe Nemechek, and Jeremy Mayfield stopped.
Looks like he's trying to get him lined up, BP.
I mean, all of a sudden the 8 car just will not turn in the middle of the corner. He gets in the middle. Before we've seen him turn and just go low. He can't do that now.
Well, now remember, Junior and Tony Eury Jr. have I've said this car is set up for the long haul. The first few laps, they're not going to be very good, but after a while, they're going to be better than everybody. Marty, I get that right?
You got it exactly right, Alan. It takes a little while for Junior's car to come in. Much better when the tires are hot and sticky. Now they're a little bit cold. He will be good at the end of this run. Matt?
Rick Hendrick has cars in the first and third position. We have a spin.
Trouble down the front stretch, Dave Blaney.
And
also Todd Bodine.
A lot of damage to that 77 car. He's hit that wall hard.
And the 54 has gotten both the left front and right front corners.
No, he didn't help that car, but look at the nose on that 77.
Yeah. It may be the smallest track on the circuit, but you're still crashing into something at better than, 75, 80 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
When you take a hit like that.
And these walls are just as hard here as they are any place.
Everywhere else, yeah. There's proof. See Blaney down on the left side. Robbie. Todd Bodine bounced off the wall when he slowed down. Nowhere to go for Robbie, or Dave Blaney for that matter.
Looks like 54, and who was that? I don't know who he made contact with off the corner.
So yellow number 13 out. The record for most yellows in a 500-lap Winston Cup race here is 18. It's John Andretti that he made contact with BP. Oh, that's going to hurt.
Benny, Rick Hendrick has his cars running first and third. 9 wins here, could have had a 10th. Under the previous caution, he told his driver, Jimmy Johnson, complimented about his day, but also gave him a brief history about Martinsville.
We can follow that 24 straight to victory lane if we need to.
Yeah, 10-4. Have to knock him out of the way if we want it. That's just how it's going to be here for the end. So we just have to be gentlemen, hopefully, for everyone.
Once upon a time, I had 2 cars leading this race with 3 cars on the lead lap, and they took each other out. We had a hellacious meeting on Monday morning.
I don't want to have to see him on this for those reasons.
I remember that. Remember? Ricky Rudd and Ken Schrader crashed off turn 2.
Yep.
And I think Rick was delivering a message there, don't you?
You're welcome to pass him cleanly. Thank you. Jeff Gordon leads. Dale Earnhardt Jr. between Gordon and his teammate Jimmy Johnson. Tony Stewart, Ryan Newman, Jeff Burton, Rusty Wallace back through 7th place. 23 cars on the lead lap. Greg Biffle got the lucky dog pass at that last caution. He is now back on the same circuit with the race leaders. See these guys up front here clearing the lap traffic pretty quickly. That's important for them. So lap 4:06, 94 to go. Jeff Gordon stays out. Dale Jr. pits.
I think the reason that Junior pitted, I don't think he liked his car. I think they're going to make some changes. Marty?
BP, you hit it the nail on the head. Junior said, I don't like this set of tires. It's like nothing we've had all day long. It's making the car bounce around on the racetrack. I don't know what to say. I just know I need new tires, Bill.
Kevin Harvick has complained that his car's all over the place. Wedge adjustment, 4 tires, top it off with fuel. See if the 4 tires will help him get back to the front and continue to chase Matt Kenseth. Dave.
17 car, second guessing themselves a little bit. They thought maybe they should have stayed out, but they came in, they changed 2 right side tires, a little fresh rubber to take them to the end.
So obviously the question has been answered. I mean, if your car's not handling, you need to come in. This is the time to do it. Make some adjustments, put tires on, and now you're set for the finish.
13 of the 29 lead lap cars, 23 lead lap cars pitted.
So what happens here with Rusty? Rusty kind of slides up, and they just tried making it 3 wide.
You can't fault anybody there.
No.
Take to the garage, guys.
What's that all about?
I have no idea.
I think he's got an oil line, water line, something is leaking fluid. And when he entered pit road, the car spun.
Could be a broken oil cooler.
Yeah. Okay. It looks like there's a lot of fluid on the right rear tire when he spun.
And there's a lot of fluid on the racetrack and on pit road now.
Yep.
Here he comes down pit road and around he goes. And
see all the
really
fluid
concerned
on the right rear tire?
Well, the official got that guy out of the way. Attaboy, look at all that fluid he's putting down.
pitting race cars.
So caution out for the 14th time in the Subway 500. Pit road is closed while they clean up the oil. Kurt Busch, kind of the meat in the race car sandwich.
Takeoff.
Getting style points for taking air, too. The final stages of the Subway 500 in Martinsville, Virginia, unfolding on a beautiful afternoon. NASCAR's race for the championship down to just 5 races to go, and Jeff Gordon is out in front with 89 laps left. Here's what put us onto the 14th caution of the race.
Car trying to take off is a 97 of Kurt Busch, right along with Kevin Harvick as he dives down, goes to the inside.
See Schrader there on the inside. He got away with it.
Race car weighs, what, 3,400 pounds? It's not easy to pop a wheelie.
No.
Yikes.
Green flag, green flag.
Mike Skinner in the 0-1. The first one not on the lead lap. 22nd position up to the inside of the race leaders.
And
now, Jimmy Johnson needs to clear that lap car pretty quickly.
Yep, you're right. Looks like he's going to do it.
Not so fast. He's got him now. And third place, Tony Stewart.
See, Mike Skinner is in a position that he needs to run hard because he needs to stay in this position. 1 lap down, first car 1 lap down, the caution flag comes out, he gets a lap back.
The lucky dog.
That's right.
By the way, we've set a new record here today.
For lucky dogs?
No, well, yeah, probably have that. But 113 laps of caution. New record. Winston Cup racing here in Martinsville.
Now, BP, they took the green, first lap. Jeff Gordon was 2.4 seconds ahead of Earnhardt Jr. Now, just 3 laps because of what we talked about. He's 4 seconds behind Jeff Gordon.
Saw Kurt Busch coming back out on track, 26 laps down. Why would he do that, you ask? Well, he's 10th in the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship standings, and it's very close from 10th on back.
And with a lot of difference in money in those positions back there. We're not talking about millions, but we're talking about thousands.
And Kurt's problems are not finished.
No.
But his car may be.
Yeah. Believe me, Kurt hopes so.
I believe he'll be done for the day now.
Oh, look at that. Is that oil coming off the back of it, or is that from earlier?
Caution flag is
Down
out.
there at 304 up on concrete, looks like a piston rod.
A piston rod.
Gee.
Maybe that was what Kurt Busch probably had that time.
Yeah. Oil pan failure. The oil pan failed to hold the contents of the engine.
Okay, this is a break for Junior. Some of those guys, they get to erase that 6 seconds now.
Man.
Yeah, we have plenty of mayhem here at Martinsville.
We have today.
But that's why all the 91,000 seats around this racetrack are pretty well full. Trying to get one of 3 laps he's lost back from the race leader. Kind of been a tough day for Ty Ride. Jeff Gordon leading, Jimmy Johnson second, Tony Stewart third, Ryan Newman fourth, Terry Labonte in fifth, then Ken Schrader in sixth, followed by Bill Elliott, Jamie McMurray, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Jeff Burton. Matt Kenseth runs in 14th, Kevin Harvick in 16th. So not spectacular, but solid for Kenseth where his championship is concerned today.
Let's try this again, he said.
No.
Get that grip off the corner.
12 cars getting off the corner pretty good.
Kevin Harvick trying to pick off 10th spot from Jeff Burton.
Looks like he's going to be able to do it.
He's trying. And just watching while we're looking at this, also, Jeff Gordon has caught the tail end of the field and is going to begin to get bogged down into some lap traffic. So
now's when you have to have your spotter up there doing a really good job trying to get these guys to give you a lane. The car's a lap down or more.
I'll tell you what we found out this year, 2003. Ryan Newman, driver 12 car. He doesn't ask for much. He doesn't give much.
He just got a little bit there.
He's taking some there. And he'll give it right back right here. Let's see if he... Junior just can't hold that bottom lane off of turn 4.
I tell you, Newman's doing a heck of a job considering the tire difference right now on both those cars. Junior really gets it sideways that time when he jumped on the gas.
Well, that's determination. You really have to tip your cap to that 12 car.
Does it to you every week.
Yep. Here Junior's engine just jumping in RPM, spun the tires a little bit off the corner. They broke traction.
Pushing him.
Oh, this is good.
That's what you call applying pressure.
So, Marty, what are you saying now?
I think he's running out of patience, BP. He said he won't move out of the way. I clearly have a faster car, but I don't think Ryan has to move out of the way in that situation. Make him pass you, which is what Ryan's doing.
He just got moved out of the way there.
He just got moved out of the way there, didn't he, Ryan?
There, you got him.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when they get down to this corner. You better get away from
Yeah, that's right. You better be fast.
And you know that. If you do that to somebody, you can say, well, I better get going.
Payback's coming if you don't.
Because you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
So Junior up to 4th place now. Well, what was that, about 20 laps he spent working as
he
well?
lost time. Unless the yellow comes out and closes the pack up, not going to have enough time.
No. So now Ryan Newman left to try and fend off Terry Labonte to hang on to the top 5 finish. Kevin Harvick tried to pick up another spot, put a little more distance between himself and Matt Kenseth at the finish. That's 9th place he's trying to take from Bill Elliott. And he's got him.
Hey, Harvick, the 29 car, has had a very good race car all day. He just got mired back in the pack, lost that track position, and just has not been able to get it back.
Had a left front lug nut hang on a pit stop at lap 355. Dropped him back to 12th place then, and that was the track position he lost that he hasn't been able to make back up. This pack hasn't slowed Jeff Gordon down as much as I thought it might. He's really moved through them pretty cleanly. He's getting a lot of courtesy from the other drivers.
Yeah. And that's the benefit you have when you're the leader. They're going to be looking for you. You know, there's a leader behind you. You don't worry about the 3rd place or the 4th place car so much as you do the leader.
Let's check in on our top 10 drivers with 18 laps to go. Marty?
Jeff Gordon is going for the perfect 2003 record at Martinsville, Allen. 2 poles and 2 wins. The last time he pulled off a season sweep at a racetrack, believe it or not, 1998 at Rockingham. He's only done it 3 times in his career, going for his 4th. Matt?
Jimmy Johnson running second, also thinking about the bigger picture. Entered today 15 points, only 85 markers out of second, currently running in the 2nd position. His car was tight, tried to adjust to a brake bias, but they need a stop on pit road to really fix it. Meanwhile, Tony Stewart's car still tight, trying to knock down another solid top 5 finish, Marty.
Junior's trying to do all he can with those 57-lap pressure tires. Easy in, straight off. That's all they're saying. He's saying nothing on the radio, Bill.
Ryan Newman started 7th on the grid, 4th in the championship standings, currently running 5th. They may not win today, but they'll go home feeling like winners, Dave.
Terry Labonte pressuring Newman, celebrating his 200th short track start in style. Matt?
Only 2 previous starts this year with this car for Jimmy McMurray. It's finished 3rd and 10th, knocking down another top 10 finish. But right now, his car is tight, and he's also starting to feel a little sick due to carbon monoxide. Bill?
You might think Kevin Harvick's radio isn't working, but he's just not using it. The only thing on the radio, the spotter, clear as he works his way through the field. Matt?
Driver 9 the 9th position. Bill Elliott hasn't said a whole lot on the radio, just focused, concentrating. His spotter, Tim Vito, out of the Busch driver, telling him, whatever you've done over the past 3 or 4 laps, keep doing it. You are picking up some time, Marty.
Bad start to the day for Jeff Burton. Got better, then it went bad again. He said, I'm so loose right now, I can't do anything with this thing. Dave?
How about this? Dale Jarrett running 11th, crashed in qualifying, penalized on pit road, spun on the racetrack. Amazing run for these guys. 17 of Matt Kenseth, not so good this time. Worse and worse this run. 2 tires did not work for these guys. Don't look for him to try it again anytime soon.
Kenseth back to 15th place. Just behind him on the racetrack, Ken Schrader. Would you believe? Had to make an unscheduled pit stop just a minute ago, Matt.
Really a heartbreaker for Ken Schrader and the BAM team. Started 18th, solidly in the top 10. He had a flat tire, Alan.
Had to come in for 2 right side tires. And has dropped him
23rd.
Back to 23rd place, not on the lead lap.
Matt Kenseth is trying his best to get by the 21 car because that is 3 more points. If he can just do it.
Kevin Harvick has moved up to 7th while we watch Matt Kenseth be overtaken by Ken Schrader. And Jeff Gordon continue to slice through the field. He's gotten through this traffic very cleanly. He's just put his teammate Joe Nemechek back a lap down, or a lap down. So Nemechek to 20th place car. He's now a lap down to the race leader. It's funny, this race opened with a long stretch of green flag racing that Jeff Gordon dominated. It's going to close with a long stretch of green flag racing that Jeff Gordon is apparently going to dominate.
But he's got to be careful passing these lap cars. How many times today have we seen a fast car rub up against a slow car and puncture a tire? If that happens, right now Jimmy Johnson is only 1 second behind him.
Yeah, just see 38 car plays over. And you're right, BP. You need to give these guys plenty of room.
Elliott Sadler. Jimmy Johnson just not able to close up any more than about 7/8 of a second behind Jeff Gordon.
And one good thing for Jeff is that these guys he's following, that he's putting a lap down or more, are running single file. They're not racing side by side for position right now.
Well, Jeff Gordon started on pole today. Dominated the early laps of this race. Then got kind of shuffled back in traffic. Had a problem on a pit stop that cost him some time on one of his early pit stops. Dug back out from that. Then his crew got him the lead off a set of pit stops and put him back out in front. And he just hasn't yielded.
That's 6 points. 17 car goes by 21. That's 3. By the 6th, that's another 3. Could be big before the year's over.
So that up to 13th place. Thank you, Mark. And for Jeff Gordon, now 5 laps to go, less than 5 to go. Jeff Gordon has finished 5th for the last 4 straight weeks. And his record here at Martinsville is pretty solid. 11 top 5s, 15 top 10s in 21 races here.
And Junior has caught Tony Stewart for the 3rd position. So I think the tire change was the right move for Junior.
I think he spent a lot of time around the 12 car. Like we talked about, that really hurt. He lost probably 15 laps doing that.
He's in a hurry to get by Tony, too.
He may help him along as well.
He was running...
Jumping on the gas a little bit hard early.
He was running 2nd when he pitted. Restarted 12th. He's going to probably finish 3rd or 4th.
He's really digging right now. I mean, that time he drove the car in a little bit too deep. The car pushed up the racetrack, so he's driving that car hard right now.
But let's talk about the man who is about to take the white flag, Jeff Gordon. Last win for Jeff Gordon was here at Martinsville in April. Had some troubles over the summer that dropped him to 6th in the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship standings, 1 lap away from the checkered flag. Good pit work, a good handling car, track position when they needed it. Going to be the recipe for victory today for this 24 team And a season sweep at Martinsville for Jeff Gordon as he wins the Subway 500 by 1 second over his teammate Jimmy Johnson. 311 of the 500 laps Jeff Gordon will have led today.
Pretty dominating, isn't it?
At least Rick Hendrick did not have to run two cars crash each other at Martinsville this time.
That Monday morning meeting will be a little bit more pleasant than the last time.
Oh, I think he'll be pretty happy. Jeff Gordon's 63rd NASCAR Winston Cup win. Jimmy Johnson, 3rd top 10 finish in 4 Martinsville starts. Tony Stewart, 5th top 5 finish in the last 5 weeks.
Another top 10 for Jamie McMurray, the bestest rookie leader.
Kevin Harvick with a 7th place finish. Matt Kenseth, the championship leader, finished 13th today.
We took 2 tires at one time, and it wasn't so much the 2 tires as a lap car knocked me up high, and 3 or 4 cars got by me and just couldn't ever make up that deficit. And tell you what, this thing on new tires was a rocket ship, and it was not too bad there at the end either. And my teammate Jimmy Johnson was pushing me hard. I couldn't make any mistakes or he would have gotten by me. But can we race at Martinsville every weekend?
Matt Kenseth's lead was 267 over Kevin Harvick today, so Kenseth gaining 27 points in his bid for the championship. And next weekend, the race for NASCAR's championships moves on to Atlanta. Oh! Kurt Busch, Rusty Wallace. And a season sweep at Martinsville for Jeff Gordon as he wins the Subway 500